everyone, welcome to another online math lesson. Our lesson for today is determining the quadratic equation given its zeros. So we have here, write the quadratic equation whose zeros are 3 and 6. Now zeros can also mean as the root of the quadratic equation. So we can also write 3 and 6 as x is equal to 3 and x equals to 6. Now based from this one, these are the factors of the quadratic equation. Now our problem is how do we transform these roots back to its original quadratic equation. So first, we need to transform these two zeros or roots back to its factored form. So from here, we can just use the additive inverse. So we can add a negative 3 here and a negative 3 here, or simply transpose this 3 back here and then equate everything to 0. That's basically what we are doing here. So we have here positive 3 and negative 3 that is equal to 0. Copy the equal sign here, bring it down. And then x minus 3, so we have different term or unlike terms. We cannot combine x and negative 3, so just copy x minus 3. Then here on the other side, on x equal to 6, so just add negative 6 here using the additive inverse, or simply transpose 6 to the other side and then equate everything to 0. Then here negative 6. This is using the additive inverse. So we have here 6 minus 6, that is 0. Bring down the equal sign here. Again, we cannot combine x and negative 6, so we'll just copy them here together. So we now have the factors x minus 3 and x minus 6. So these are the factors of our quadratic equation. So we can now then write them in this format. The first factor is x minus 3, x minus 6. Equals to 0. Now remember, the standard form of a quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. This is the standard form of a quadratic equation. Now our target here is to transform these roots back to its quadratic equation. So how are we going to do this now? So all we need to do is to use the distributive property of multiplication. So here, that's x times x. This will give us x squared. X times negative 6. Again, we cannot combine negative 6 and x. So I mean, we can combine negative 6 and x because this is multiplication. Compare here, this is subtraction, so we cannot combine them. That's why we just copy them both together here. But here, since our operation is multiplication, we can now then combine negative 6 and x. So we have here negative 6x. Next, negative 3 and x gives us negative 3x. Negative 3 and negative 6. Remember, we have like sign numbers, so negative times negative is positive. 3 times 8 is 18 equals to 0. So from here, we can combine like terms. We can combine negative 6x and negative 3x. So then we have x squared. Negative 6 and negative 3 like sign numbers. So we just add them together and then copy the sign of the two numbers. So 6 plus 3, that's 9. Copy x. And then copy the sign of the two numbers, which is negative. Then bring down the positive 18 here. There you go. This will be our quadratic equation wherein its zeros are 3 and 6. So from here, we can now say that A is equal to 1, B is negative 9, and C is equal to 18. There you go. That's how we determine the quadratic equation given its zeros. So again, zeros can also be or is the same as the roots of a quadratic equation. So I hope you learned something today and see you next online lesson.